Welcome to 5 Facts Only. Today, we're diving into things explorers definitely shouldn't have found. Let's get started. Number 5. 2 explorers arrived at the location in their car, finding the area eerily empty. After circling the grounds for a while, they decided to park and begin their exploration, starting in the basement. The building had been abandoned for over 4 decades, leaving it in near total ruin. Some walls were covered in layers of graffiti, while others had completely collapsed, exposing the skeletal remains of the structure. With its state of disrepair, there was always the risk of the building caving in and trapping them inside. As they made their way up the stairs to the top floor, it quickly became clear that the unstable structure was the least of their worries. Just before they noticed movement, in the dim light, the outline of someone holding a flashlight appeared on the staircase of the opposite wing.
Whoa, look at this. Look at this staircase out here. Oh,
What?
there's somebody there.
No way.
Yes, I see their light. They're out there. I swear on my life. Right there.
I hear him.
Should I say hello?
Yeah.
There's somebody out there. Let's go back to the car. This way. If it's somebody wanting to talk to us.
The 2 explorers froze. Disturbingly,
Oh yeah.
when they switched off their light, the unknown figure immediately did the same, as if they had been closely watching and didn't want to be seen. Rewinding the footage later revealed that the light could actually be seen outside the window even before they reached the top floor, though it's unclear if it was the same figure. After calling out and getting no reply, the explorers decided it was too risky to stay. What made the encounter even more unsettling was the fact that there had been no other vehicles anywhere nearby. This meant whoever was inside had likely arrived on foot and could have been lurking there the entire time. Number 4. Holton Avenue in Cleveland, Ohio, is a notoriously eerie stretch of abandoned buildings. In 1913, the first Hungarian Baptist church was built there. But like the rest of the street, it eventually fell into disuse and decay. The location carries an even darker history. In April 2016, the body of a missing woman was discovered there, her attacker never identified. In July 2023, 2 explorers ventured to the area to document the abandoned church and the surrounding buildings. From disturbing graffiti to shattered glass and peeling walls, the church fit the image of a classic, unsettling ruin. As they explored the basement, they noticed unusual signs that someone had been there recently.
That's weird. What's upstairs?
Including a toy figure they hadn't seen on previous visits. Knowing that abandoned buildings are rarely truly empty, they set up several cameras throughout the church. About 10 minutes into the exploration, one of the cameras on the main floor captured something unsettling. A door upstairs slowly closing on its own. With no wind that night, it became clear that someone else was inside. They searched the church, but found no one, and eventually moved on to explore the rest of Holton Avenue. If the church was in bad shape, the nearby houses were even worse. Many looked like they could collapse at any moment. Around half an hour later, They entered one of the most dilapidated houses on the block. The basement was little more than a crawl space, and as they examined it, they heard noises from above. Heading upstairs to investigate, a person suddenly pulled back a curtain and spoke. They quickly left the building and realized something disturbing. Despite the ruined appearance, the house had electricity and was clearly inhabited. It became evident that many of the supposedly abandoned buildings on Holton Avenue were actually sheltering people who didn't want strangers inside. With this discovery, the explorers decided to end their visit. Number 3. At the base of Mount Fuji in Japan lies a dense and haunting forest known locally as the Sea of Trees. It grew from a 30 square kilometer patch of hardened lava left behind after the volcano's last major eruption. While its origin is fascinating, the forest is far better known for something much darker over the years. It has gained a tragic reputation as a place where many go to end their lives. Near the entrance, a sign written in Japanese urges visitors to reconsider. Quietly think once more about your parents, siblings, and children. Please don't suffer alone first. Reach out. In July 2017, a group of urban explorers ventured into the forest to see what they might find. Only a few meters from the road, they came across an abandoned bicycle in surprisingly good condition.
Only a few meters away from the road right now, but I've already found an abandoned bike. It's actually a pretty nice bike. Let's take a look at it. I don't think it's been here a long time. What do we got in here? And there's a packet for a knife. I think I've just found some kind of note in a bag. It says 1211. I can't quite make out. I think this is somebody's name just here, and I'm not sure what this means.
Nearby was discarded packaging for a kitchen knife, and inside a bag attached to the bike, they discovered a note written on plastic. The writing translated to 1211 verified, Fuji Yosha Police Station verified, suggesting that the police had already documented the site as belonging to someone who had likely taken their own life. It was a chilling reminder of the countless tragedies that have unfolded in the Sea of Trees. Over the years, the Japanese government has tried to reduce these incidents by installing security cameras at the entrance, training volunteers to talk to distressed visitors, and placing signs urging people to seek help. But despite these measures, the forest continues to draw those in despair, and its portrayal in media has only fueled its notoriety. Number 2. In early 2023, an explorer spotted a bull moose grazing near a tree. Wanting a closer look, he hid behind the tree, but the moose suddenly turned and charged at him. To understand the danger, it's important to know that an adult male moose can run over 35 miles per hour, almost twice the top speed of an average human. While moose aren't typically aggressive, they can easily trample or gore a person if they feel threatened, which seems to be the case here.
He just ran me up a tree.
Fearing for his life, the man scrambled up the nearby tree to avoid the moose's sharp antlers. From his perch, he recorded about 30 seconds of tense footage, showing the moose staring up at him. While his nervous breathing is audible, the moose then began charging back and forth with its head down, a clear sign of stress and agitation, likely waiting for the man to come down or fall. According to an interview he gave days later, the man stayed up in the tree for more than 10 minutes, holding on for dear life. When asked how he managed to climb the tree, he demonstrated pulling himself up by a thin, fragile branch, one that could have easily snapped, leaving him vulnerable to the angry moose below. Fortunately, after realizing the man wasn't coming down, the moose eventually gave up and ran off. After waiting a bit longer to be sure, the man safely climbed down and escaped without injury. Number 1. In March 2019, a young child was playing with friends near a creek in a wooded area behind their home, along Route 208 in New Jersey. The family had lived there for over a decade and felt safe, letting the child explore the woods. That afternoon, the child came across a pile of clothing hidden among the trees and quickly ran back to alert a family member. The clothes looked torn and shredded, with suspicious red stains covering the fabric, as if they had been cut from a person's body. After confirming the clothes belonged to a woman, the family reported the unsettling discovery to local authorities, feeling it was far too strange for just a random pile of discarded garments to appear so close to home, though the clothes seemed to have been in the woods for several months. Explaining their worn condition, the odd cuts and stains raised serious concerns. Police reached out to the public, hoping someone could identify the clothing or shed light on whether this was just a prank or something far more sinister. No one came forward, and without any leads connecting the clothes to a person or a crime, authorities were unable to proceed with testing. To this day, the clothing remains unidentified, and the mystery lingers, leaving only the hope that whoever they belonged to did not suffer a dark fate. Subscribe for more content.